Hi, welcome to the pregame show prior to the Bayonne Marist football game Thanksgiving Day, 10:15 in the morning at Veterans Memorial Stadium. In the background, we are watching the Marist Blue Knights practice for the upcoming game. And with me is the coach, Jackie Moore of Marist. Jackie, welcome to Cablevision.
Thank you for having us, Mike.
I see a big improvement over last year, about 65 pounds, isn't it?
About 35 pounds, Mike. All I did was stop drinking those Michelobs,
yeah.
You know?
I think you must have gave me 10 of those
I
pounds.
guess maybe.
Well, Jack, let's talk about the game a while. You've had probably your finest season to date. A 7-1 record, the only loss being to St. Joe's.
We've had a couple of seven wins seasons down here.
Yeah, but you feel this is one of your strongest teams?
Yeah, it's a good balanced team, Michael.
Last Saturday, you traveled and you played Bergen Catholic, the number one team in the state, and you lost. But this certainly doesn't diminish anything you've accomplished for the whole season.
Well, I think that we played the number one team in the state, and they certainly played like they were the number one team in the state. We were certainly out-programmed out there. They have 85 kids that participate, and they certainly deserve their ranking.
I do. This early in the season, I've seen every Marist game this year. And early in the season, your loss to St. Joe's was 8-7, yes. And I think you've had a few sleepless nights about that game.
It was certainly a tough loss. We had the ball in scoring position, and we failed to make an execution. And we're not crying about it. We just walked away with a loss, 8-7, and we come back the next week and won, which we were happy about.
Good, Jack. About the game Thursday, your team had one of its best years defensively. I think you've had 4 shutouts in a row against some pretty strong competition. You do anything differently this year on defense?
Not really. We've been playing the same defense that we've been playing over the years. We actually changed up our coverages in the secondary a little bit, and we certainly will against Bayonne. They have some quality receivers in Reggie Smith, and when they send better out of the backfield from a wing position, they certainly are a threat with speed. And we'll change up some coverages out there on them.
One of the key points going into tomorrow's game is, I think it's the first year since I've seen the Bayonne Marist games on TV. You're going in injury-free, aren't you?
We have a pretty solid squad as far as injuries go. We got out of that Bergen Catholic game pretty healthy. You know, we were a little stiff and a little bumps and bruises, as you will if you play a physical team like Bergen Catholic, but nothing like in previous years where we've been in the state tournament and lost key people. We have all our key people available for the football game Thursday.
I was at the Marist Seton Hall game 2 years ago, and I think in the first quarter you lost Lou Conti and
We lost Conti and Foy, and listen, if you're running an 85-man program as Bergen Catholic does, and you lose a Conti and a Foy, then fine, you put 2 boys in of similar ability. Down here, if we lose 2 people of that caliber, we're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, I know.
As most teams in Hudson County are. That doesn't mean we're any different from anybody else.
Are you doing anything special for this Thursday's game? I know Donnie Ahern is really going out after this one.
I'm sure he is.
Serve his purpose with his team record being 4-4 and you're 7-1.
Yes.
There's nothing at stake except bragging rights in the city.
I hate to tell you this, but we're 7-2 after Saturday, Mike.
Well, I don't count Saturday's game.
Oh, all right.
State tournament.
I wish I couldn't.
You making any special preparation other than?
Yeah, we have a few little wrinkles. We expect Bayonne to come out and probably give us a lot of shotgun. We expect them to run a little end over, and we expect them to do a few things. Donald is a very innovative coach. By the way, he happens to be one of the better coaches in Hudson County. He runs an excellent program down there. We have nothing but respect for their program and their football team.
And the same goes for Ahern.
I'm sure that.
One thing that I find unusual, and I've seen quite a few of the Bayonne Marist games. I think this is the first time that I can remember Marist is going in as the favorite. The talk around town is, and it's only talk, no one's going to deny this, that you are definitely the favorite team this year. How do you feel about being there?
I don't know who made us the favorite, Michael. Who made us the favorite? You?
Well, I just did.
But I'll tell you very honestly, there are no favorites in these traditional ball games, okay? The word upset is always prevalent. All right, the word to go down and perform because it's something special on a special day is certainly there. So, you know, as far as being a favorite, fine. If you want to make us the favorite, we're the favorite.
However, you will say this: Bayonne will come to play as well as
no doubt about it. We listen again, and this is not for television or anything. We know the quality of the Bayonne football team. Their losses have been to teams that I believe 2 of them have gone into state playoffs.
Westfield and Union. Yeah.
Westfield, Union, and Memorial. I'm sorry, that makes 3 of them have gone to playoff teams. Okay. So we know what quality of football team they have.
The truth of the matter is, and Donnie Ahern will say this, his boys have not looked good the past 2 games.
Uh-huh.
Now, the question I'm going to ask you now, you played Saturday. You're going to have about 3-4 days of preparation. He's having almost 2 weeks.
Yes.
Does this hurt your chances or hinder?
Well, I'll tell you very honestly, I would certainly like a lot more time because the name of the game in high school football is preparation. And preparation is utmost, okay, film review, and then take what you read off the film to take that and transmit it to your football team on the field is the most important thing that you can do in coaching, okay? Well, of course, we're behind. Listen, we're behind because we come out Saturday, we got out here Sunday, we had some loosening up exercises, we stretched, and we ran our kicking game a little bit, and Monday and Tuesday we will have a workout. Tomorrow we have a pep rally at school. After the pep rally, we'll do our special teams, and we're going down there and play.
And you're coming ready to play.
We're coming ready to play. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about it.
Let me, this will be for our viewing audience, people who perhaps haven't seen a Marist game or aren't too familiar with the boys. Let me mention some of your players that I call your top players, and give me a sense or two about them. Like
Okay.
Vinny
Munn, very quick boy. He's the tailback in our Delaware wing T. He runs the ball on the sweep play, runs the ball on the counter trap for us. Does an excellent job. In our opinion, is one of the better backs in Hudson County.
Johnny Crowley. Now, Crowley broke his leg last year.
John Crowley is a boy that has done nothing but establish his quality as a fullback. He does, when they shut Munn down, Crowley is definitely open in the middle. We have an authoritative fullback with Crowley and also Derek Baker.
Derek Baker. What about Al Robinson?
Al Robinson runs our motion sweep, blocks for our sweep to the strong side. Is an excellent football player.
Most of these players play both ways.
Yes, they do. We're not into a lot of kids down at Marist. We have probably maybe 20 boys involved in the varsity program. The rest of the boys are into a JV situation. We're not the Bergen Catholic where they have 85 kids.
The reason I start talking about defense, I'm going to ask you to talk about Tony Trainor. I think is one of the top defensive men in the county.
We had his brother. His brother has started as a linebacker for Louisville. He led Louisville in tackles as a sophomore on the varsity. We think that Tony Trainor is exactly like his brother Michael. Tony Trainor probably was the most outstanding football player in our loss to Bergen Catholic. Tony Carthage from Bergen Catholic called me up and told me what an excellent football player he was and had nothing but the utmost respect. Tony Trainor will definitely hit you.
The last one I want to ask you about is one of my favorite kids. So I sort of grew up with him on television, Johnny Valenti, who was thrown into those circumstances with all the injuries. He was a sophomore playing quarterback. Last year he looked good. And this year, I've seen him, he's really improved over the previous 2 years. Tell me something about John.
John is a winner. John is an excellent competitor. He will throw the football when we have to. He will run the football when he has the opportunity. He runs the offense well for us. He happens to be an excellent defensive back, and we don't play him there because we want his concentration to be on our offense.
One thing, getting away from the players for a second, a new term has creeped into the football jargon, and this is the use of the Delaware wing T. Now, you've been using that for a few years now, but a lot of people really didn't know it. Can you explain that?
Well, the Delaware wing T is a misdirection offense. What it does, it exposes the fullback to an internal game, the tailback on a perimeter, and the quarterback on the other perimeter, so that you're attacking the middle of the defense, the perimeter on the defense on one side and the perimeter on the defense on the other, and that's what the Delaware is. The only thing I'll tell you about formation is formation. It's kids that make it execute, okay? It's no different or no better than anybody else's formation.
And you've basically kept the same defense.
Definitely, yeah.
Well, you used Tony Trainor as an outside linebacker. Is that
We
correct?
use him as an inside linebacker, Michael. He's an inside linebacker, yeah.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's all right. That's
well,
all right.
Jack, thank you for appearing
It's our
with us.
pleasure.
And just before we leave, lots of luck Thursday. I think you've got an excellent chance of winning. I'm expecting a bang-up game. But before I leave, while you're here, I want to say one thing. January 20th, Mackenzie Post, Thursday night, the Marist Football Parents Association dinner. If I didn't say that, some of these Marist mothers would cream me.
They're wonderful ladies. They really are. They help
do a
us.
lot. Jack,
Thank
lots
you.
of luck
Good
tomorrow.
to you. Thank you, ladies.
We'll be back. Hey, here we're back again. This thing disguised in a football uniform is Tony Trainor, defensive staff at the Royal Knights backfield. Tony, why don't you take your helmet off and let our people see what you look like? Surprise! Tony, the game, Marist, Bayonne Bees, special meaning for you?
Yeah, no, it's a big rivalry. We always lose, so I think this year maybe we can turn them around.
Yeah, well, we were talking to Jackie Moore just a few seconds ago, and I feel that Marist is favored this year. Now, you play linebacker, right, on defense?
Yeah.
And on offense, you play tackle.
Yeah.
Which do you like better?
Defense, linebacker.
Why?
You get to use your hands and, you get to tackle people.
Do you like the feeling of getting hit and stuff like that? Or?
No, I don't like the feeling of getting hit.
I watched a few games. You have great lateral movement to the side. Does this come from any pre-grown? Do you practice this? Or?
Yeah, we do drills for linebacker drills.
All right. Now, Reggie Smith and I had a talk. He made a prediction for the game. Who do you think's going to win?
Marist.
Would you like to predict the score? And you have
28-13.
28-13. Well, Tony, I want you to get back to your boys in practice. Good luck Thursday,
thanks a lot.
and we'll be seeing you.
This holiday season,
Well, we're back again, and this time we're going to get the other side of the picture. I have on my left the coach of the Bayonne Bees, Don Ahern. Hi, Don. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
And this handsome gentleman on my right, Reginald Smith. I don't think he needs any introduction to Bayonne sporting fans in basketball, baseball, now football. How you doing, Reg?
All right.
Getting nervous about the game?
Nah, not at all.
I heard you were a talker. Is this it?
Nah, no, take game as each game as it comes.
Okay, let me get to Don. Donnie, let's be honest. You've beaten Marist 21 out of 23. You may have a problem this year. You agree or disagree?
Well, we always face it as a problem, Mike, because they have a very exceptional team. They're in the state tournament, and they've played good football all year round. It's a veteran team, almost the same team that we played last year. Gave us fits in the first quarter. It took us a while to get to them, and we had a very good ball club last year. So we're facing the same players, and they have improved. It's a good, quick team.
The Bees' record this year was 4-4, and while on paper that's 500, but let me defend your team a little bit for our viewing audience. I knew you personally, and you picked the toughest schedule possible for the team. You played Union, which is ranked in the top 20 teams in the state. You played Westfield, which has always been among the top contenders. Why do you do that?
Well, we feel that our Bayonne football players should play the best football teams available. We don't believe in playing teams that are not in our league and are either lower groups or teams with poor programs. We want to play the best programs. We want the best for Bayonne. So if you're going to be the best, consider yourself the best, then you have to play the best team. So you go after teams like Union, who are in the state playoffs, in the finals. You go after a team like Westfield, who has only lost 3 games in 12 years at their field. And we wanted to play them there. We felt that we played a good ball game. We got beat, but losing is not the biggest problem we're faced. We rather lose 16-0 than win 60-0 and come out of it with nothing but a lot of touchdowns and a lot of hurt feelings because we ran the score. We'd much rather play a tougher team, stay in a good football game, and have our kids come out with their pride on their little lapel. That's the name of it.
The key question now, Donnie, how do you think your team is going to do Thursday morning against Marist?
Win. We always feel we're going to win. We play every game to win, especially the Marist game. We have football players who have played tough football all year. We have experienced, again, Memorial, who was in the state playoffs, North Bergen in the state playoffs. Snyder was undefeated when we played them. They were on their way to the state playoffs. They missed out because of the ruling of the state. so that 5 of our teams that we played were all there. And we've played big, strong Group 4 teams. Consequently, when we come into Marist is a great spirited team. They're certainly in our league, and we feel that because of the experience that our kids have had, we're going to lick Marist.
One important thing, Marist played Bergen Catholic Saturday, as you well know. Now, Moore's boys, the Royal Knights, are going to be short on preparation time, whereas your last game was well over 2 weeks ago. Will that long delay hurt your team, the Bees?
The delay hasn't hurt us in the past. You could forget all about playing Saturday and Sunday. When you get down on that field Thanksgiving morning at 9:30, it's exciting. It's electric. Our kids generally play over their heads, and so do the Marist kids. They get excited about it. We're performing in front of thousands, hopefully 10,000 people. We hope the weather is that type of day, because you're going to see a good football game. They always see outstanding hitting, and when it's all over, they shake hands and they forget about it. And they're pals for the rest of their lives. And they'll talk about that game the rest of their lives. And the loser has to bear the burden of being defeated. The winner, the plumes.
It makes it a long winter if you lose, though, right?
Oh, absolutely. But it makes for a bad turkey day.
Let me get to Reggie. Reg, I followed Bayonne for the past few years, and I've watched you grow up from the Little League, and I've seen you play basketball. Which of these sports do you like best?
I say football I like best, because, you know, I gave up on baseball, and basketball is good too, but I feel like football does more contact.
You started out the year now as a linebacker, and then you moved to your position I think you like the best, end. How do you feel about that move? Did it bother you moving back? Did you like linebacker? You prefer end?
I like the linebacker, but since I played end last year and I had more experience at end, they thought it would be better to put me back where I was more used to and help the team more, win more games.
Now, you've seen Marist play some of the games this year, haven't you?
Yes.
You know John Valenti, the little tiger there?
Yeah, yeah.
You got any special preparations in mind for him?
No, none. None.
You're going to go out to get him, aren't you?
Yeah, he's bait. He's bait. He's going to go back there. If he got guts to go back there with the ball, he's bait.
Did you hear that, John Valenti? You're bait. All right, here's a question I want to ask you. You're perhaps one of the fastest runners on the team. I've seen you run, and you're pretty tall. While you don't look like you're going fast, those legs are really moving. And when you go line up on a pass play and you run out and you see you're beating your defender, but your ball isn't thrown your way, do you come back in the huddle and tell your quarterback, Matuch, or tell one of the coaches, hey, I can get that guy one-on-one? Can you do that?
Yeah, I can do that, but, you know, the coach got to call the play so that he knows that I'm beating this guy. He'll see it from the sideline, and he'll call that play the next play, or somebody will go tell him that Reggie's beating this guy at the huddle, and he'll come call that play, and then calls the play and get a touchdown.
Tony Trainor was here on the first part of the show, and I asked him to stick his neck out. I'm going to ask you to stick your neck out. One, are you going to beat Marist?
Yes, most definitely.
Give me a score.
31-12.
31-12.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
Donnie, I'm not going to ask you to predict the score. Now, Donnie, I did this with more on the earlier part of the show. I'd like to do with you. To the people out there who don't really get to know the youngsters on a team, and this may be their first football game of the year, I'll mention a few of your players' teams. Give me a sentence or two about them to describe them. Eduardo or Eddie Quinones?
Eddie Quinones plays defensive end, offensive fullback, maybe the fastest breakaway runner we have. Had an excellent year and a good blocker. Watch for him to break some big plays. Big plays, he'll break them.
And this will make your athletic director feel pretty good. Paul Cancro Jr.
Well, Paul Cancro, all year long, Paul Cancro has been a great two-way player. Defensive halfback, he's been playing the inverted safety. Strong tackler. Surprised, as a matter of fact, playing offense. He showed breakaway skill, more running this year than I've ever seen from him. And his cutting and his blocking ability, outstanding. A good back, really one of the best backs in Hudson County.
You know, I did this with more I'd like to do with you. Your quarterback, Bob Matuch. First few games, he looked a little shaky. Then he really came on strong. And then the last two games, I don't know, he sort of lost whatever he had. What's your opinion on him? Not your opinion, but how do you think he's going to do Thursday?
Well, quarterbacks' lives sometimes are related to how the line plays in front of them and how the team plays in front of them. We haven't played well in the last two ball games. That's no excuse. The caliber of ball was much greater than the 2 previous games. Bobby Matuch threw the ball very well against Snyder, handled the ball flawlessly. In the last 2 ball games, we've had a diminution of potential. We've blocked each other. We've fumbled the ball all over the place. It's not Matuch's fault. Bobby Matuch, given the proper time, will throw the ball at anybody in Hudson County. He will lay it out there. You'll see him throwing it to Reggie. If they give him time, he can throw the ball. He can put it out there 50 or 60 yards on the money, and he's already proven that. What he has is a little confidence lack right now because we did take a bad lathering. So I look for it to be just the opposite. I think he'll be electric that day. I think he'll be excited, and I think he'll throw the ball. And we're going to throw it.
The next youngster I'd like to talk about and ask you to describe him. When the season started out and I first saw him in practices and in the first game, you had him in the defensive linebacker and running the ball, and I said, boy, Ahern's lost his marbles. This kid is just too small and too light. And I'm talking about Tony Vetter, and right here in front of our television audience, I want to say I was wrong. This kid is simply an outstanding ball player. And I'm sure he doesn't get the notoriety or the ink in the paper that the other guys have, but I just think he's a tremendous athlete.
Tony's been a great surprise for us, but his heart has never been a surprise. He's got a heart and the intestinal fortitude. If they all had that, if all our players had what Vetter had at 5'5", then we would have been a super football team. He possesses that. He does everything that he can do to win the game. He's a good team player, and he's tough. He absolutely is tough. And it's true, he didn't get the big write-ups, but he absolutely has played in every football game, has done exceedingly well.
Now, the big question, and this gentleman here has been waiting for this. Describe Reggie Smith.
Reggie Smith will go down in the history of Bayonne as one of our fine athletes. I look forward to him going to college based on his personality, his sociability. His athletic talent is far wide. Everybody knows that he can catch the ball. He's an excellent defensive player. I have him running in the backfield. I hope they don't see this tape, but if we have to put him back there, Katie barred the door because he probably could run the football as well as anybody we have. He kicks off for us. He can kick field goals. He can kick extra points. I don't know what more you want him. He's on and off the honor roll, sometimes off. We're mad at him. We'd like to see him stay on that. He's going to be another one of our great college scholarship kids, and he's a good guy.
Isn't it kind of hard to sit there and listen to that? Do you believe all that?
Yeah, why not?
Reg, question for you now. When you're done with high school, and you've had quite an athletic career for a guy like myself and Donnie, and who followed sports. I've seen you play in the Little League. I've seen you basketball, as I said before. What are your plans when you're done with high school?
I plan to go on to college.
Any college in mind at all?
Well, not really so far. You know, I'm trying to finish the football season. You know, then let that take its course afterwards. You know, major in computer science and see what I can do from there and play good ball for some college.
Do you have an agent right now negotiating your contract?
No, not really.
Do you have any friends on the Marist football team at all?
No.
Not at all. Do you know any of the fellows from just...
Yeah, I know a couple of them.
When you get together, is it a little, I'm going to get you or you're going to get me type of fun type of thing?
No, I don't talk too much to them. I don't say too much to them. Other guys on the team talk to them, but I don't say too much to any of them.
Donnie, getting back to you now. Your plans for Marist. Now, I don't want you to give any trade secrets away because this will be aired the day before the game. And any special thing in mind?
To be tremendously aggressive because that's the way they're going to be. And when you do that in the first play, we've got to come at them with everything we possess, and because that's the way it'll be, whether it's on offense or defense. So those who hit first, I think Chappell likes to use that expression, those who hit the furthest with the mostest is the bestest, and I don't know where he got that from, but if you do go out there and play, we don't expect to surprise Marist in anything we're going to do. We expect to do what we did last year and all the other years. We think our players will outplay them, and we're going to try to outplay them in every position.
Well, good luck.
And they're very good.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Good luck in tomorrow's game. Reggie, good luck. Before I sign off, the game, 10:15 in the morning, Bayonne Veterans Park. Be there. It's worth $2 admission. There's going to be a gigantic crowd. And also, the Bayonne Parents Alumni Association's dinner is December the 10th, Friday, at the Mackenzie Post. Be there. Both organizations, Marist and Bayonne, need your help. Be at the game. We'll see you. Have a good day. Thanks, guys, and good luck in tomorrow's game.
Happy Thanksgiving.